Okay, we are going to get started on quiz 2 here. Quiz 2. Like this. I should have a 2 up there. And this direction means that we want to tell what values x is not allowed to be, and it comes from here. So you set the bottom equal to 0 and solve. So when x is -9, this is dividing by 0, and it's undefined. So x is not allowed to be -9. The same in number 2. You have to factor first, and it would be x minus 5 and x minus 2, and you have to set both factors equal to 0. So x is not allowed to be 5, and x is not allowed to be 2. So all you had to do was, for the first 2, was to tell the restrictions on the denominator. And then we get to number 3, and in question number 3, you see that it says that you have to simplify and tell what values are going to be excluded. So in order to determine that, we are going to first factor the top and the bottom, and then take a look at the restrictions. So this one factors into x plus 9 and x plus 3. This one on the bottom factors into x plus 9 and x plus 7. So you see that x can't be -9 and -7, and you're going to do that before you cancel out your restrictions. And the reason for that is if you cancel one of them, it's still undefined if that first one is a 0. And we'll talk more about that in the next unit. But we're left with our answer, x plus 3 over x plus 7, and the restrictions are x cannot be -7 and -9. Okay, in question number 4, we're supposed to take a look at multiplication. Well, it's kind of strange, but for multiplication, again, you factor. The least common factor for the top is 3. 3 times 4x minus 3. And for the bottom, again, is 3 and x plus 5. We're going to multiply that by x plus 5 over 2 times 4x minus 3. I don't think that's right. Yeah, it's 4x minus 3. So before we cancel, we want to look at the restrictions. -5 can't be one of our solutions. And the other one comes from this. If 4x minus 3 equals 0, 4x equals 3, x equals 3/4. So we have 2 restrictions. X cannot be -5, and it cannot be 3/4. So now we're ready to cancel. The x plus 5's cancel, the 4x minus 3's cancel, the 3's cancel. But here's the thing. You cancel those are all 1s. So I had a couple of wrong answers of 2 on there. It's not 2, it's 1/2. The 2 stays on the bottom. So be careful with that. Okay, moving on to question number 5. We want to factor here. And so we factor the first one as x plus 8 and x plus 5. And the bottom as x plus 6 and x plus 8. And even though it says multiplication, we are factoring. It's x times x plus 6 and x minus 7, x plus 5. Okay, here's the point where we're going to get all the restrictions, and this one particular one has a bunch. X is not allowed to be -8 from this one. X is not allowed to be -6 from this one. X is not allowed to be -5 from this one. And x is not allowed to be 7 from this last one. So 4 restrictions there. Now we're ready to cancel. So the x plus 8's cancel. The x plus 6's cancel. The x plus 5's cancel. And we have for number 5, an x left on the top and an x minus 7 left on the bottom. So our answer is x over x minus 7. Okay? And number 6, we are going to factor again. This one turns out to be x minus 12 and x minus 12. And again, I did score period 2 wrong, so if you're in period 2, make sure you give this back to me at the beginning of the test Friday. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal here. So we turn this one upside down. And we don't have to look at a restriction before we turn this one upside down because 36 can never be 0. So we can go ahead then and just turn that upside down and look at the restrictions now just for the bottom because we already took care of this one. So x cannot be 12. And so now we're ready to cancel. X minus 12 cancels with x minus 12, and x minus 12 cancels with x minus 12. And 9 and 36 cancels, and finally the 4 and the 4 cancel. So the answer for number 6 was indeed 1. A couple of you brought that to my attention in second period. So thank you for that. Make sure you give me your paper to correct your score. Okay, number 7 is another division problem. No, I'm sorry, it's an addition problem. And the numerators need to be combined. The denominator is the same, so we can go ahead and do that. So it's x squared minus 10x plus 24 all over x minus 6. And we're going to go ahead and tell you that x cannot be 6. And we're going to see if we can factor the numerator. And it does factor. It factors into x minus 6 and x minus 4. So we are going to be able to simplify that. The x minus 6's do cancel. And some people wanted to know how to put this over 1. No, you don't have to put this over 1, but if you do put it over 1, it wouldn't be wrong. Okay? In number 8, this is that negative 1 trick. Again, x minus 4 minus 9, and I'm going to factor out a negative 1 from this one because I saw that it was exactly the opposite of the other one. So now I can kind of rewrite this problem as 3 over x minus 4. And I'm going to move this negative to the top with the 9, this one right here. Because I can do that, those fractions allow for me to do that. And then I'm going to rearrange this as x minus 4. So the denominators are the same. And 3 plus 9 is 12. So it's 12 over x minus 4. And x cannot be 4 for the answer on that one. Finally, number 9, I'm rushing a little bit because the bell's getting ready to sound and interrupt me. So if it does, just ignore that. Keep working. This is addition. We have to find a common denominator. And the common denominator you find by factoring. So this factors as x plus 5, x plus 3. And the other one factors as x plus 8. X plus 8. Of course, we're not in a hurry because we're going to mess up, right? 4x plus 5. And it factors as x plus 8 over x plus 3. And so you see that we have a common factor of x plus 3. And so we want to make sure that we include the common factor just once, and then we take the other factors, the x plus 5 and the x plus 8. So this is our least common denominator, and as I add these, remember the shortcut. I'm not going to rewrite that. So this one, this first fraction here, is missing the x plus 8. So I'm going to multiply that times x plus 8 over x plus 8. And the new numerator becomes x squared plus 9x plus 8. And I've FOILed those. Okay? And the second fraction, I'm going to have to multiply by x plus 5 because that's what's missing for this denominator. And so I FOIL the top, and I get 4x squared plus 25x plus 25. And so when I put these together, I'm going to get 5x squared plus 34x plus 33 over this LCD. And this is the point where I'm going to say that x cannot be negative 8 from this one, negative 5 from this one, and negative 3 from this one. And then I'm going to see if I can factor the top. And so I'm looking for factors of 5 times 33 that add or subtract to give me 34, and that's not going to work. So I did check to see if I could simplify that, but I was unable to. So this is the answer for that one, along with the restrictions. And hopefully the videos will help you out.